So the cluster view in Cockpit is something you've seen before. It interacts with Kubernetes, shows you all the details of what's going on inside of Kubernetes, various services. And recently we added this images view. You can see various image repositories that have images pushed into them. You can see details about the image, the hash, what's running inside the image, nothing fancy in this one, and of course things like the user that it's running as, the ports it exposes, and the volumes that it mounts. You can also see the layers inside of the image. Each little command in your Docker file, if you're using Docker images, creates a new layer, and you can inspect those, and so on. And there are image streams, which is another word for an image repository because everyone likes to reinvent terms here. And you can see all the images that have been pulled into this repository, and so on. I'll show you more of this, but what's really cool is that all of this can run in its own container. You log in, not using your Cockpit system login or your server login, but as an actual Kubernetes or OpenShift login. Actually, Kubernetes itself doesn't have a registry built in, but you can deploy one on Kubernetes, and Atomic Platform and OpenShift do just that. They deploy an image registry on Kubernetes running as a container that you can push to and pull from using the normal Docker commands. And you can interact with it through the API, the Kubernetes API, and so on. So that's what we've done here, is interact with it through the API like that. And we can detect when an image registry is running and show you this view. So here you can see the images that have been pushed recently, their tags, and so on. Different projects. Projects are a way of grouping your images or other cluster information, similar to namespaces. And here we can see these are all the images inside of the Marmalade. And here we can Marmalade project. Here we can see all of the one inside the Pizzazz project. There's a lot of them. And down here, and we're still looking at the overview, you can see the various Docker commands to interact with the registry, to log into it, push stuff, pull stuff, and so on. So let's take a look at one of these images. Oh, if there's additional information inside of the image, we'll show you that, of course. And soon you'll be able to change tags just by clicking here, but that's not merged in this release yet. And we can, of course, do things like deleting images from our image stream. One of the cool things that you can do is change your image repository settings so that it'll pull images in as tags inside of this image stream from another registry, such as the Docker Hub. So here I'm going to pull Fedora images into this one, and they should appear shortly. There we go. A bunch of Fedora images have appeared. And it says that it's now tracking this repository, and so on. You can, of course, manually push stuff into this repository just by using these commands here. So if you notice, both of these projects and all the image streams inside of them have the images only accessible to members. What does that mean? Well, if we click here on the projects view, we can see that there's certain members associated with each project. And more changes and pull requests are coming for this soon to be able to edit these. But what you can do is toggle this setting so you can allow non-members to pull images. And here we see that's changed. Let's actually give this a nice description. There we go. And now we can see that these images are shared with non-members of the project as well. So I think that gives we can of course create a new image stream, test, and we can say where to pull images from and so on. And you can do all the same with new users, groups, projects, and so on. If you want to deploy this image registry without deploying an entire cluster, here is, let me go back. Here's the URL, projectatomic.io/registry. And it gives you information, quick start instructions as administrator or as a user, how to go through and what the prerequisites are, of course, and how to start deploying this on your machine, and so on. So, I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.